as well. The truth is blunt.
Yes.
There is Christian genocide in Nigeria. No matter how we try to change the narrative, is it that they're not killing of Muslims, but there is Christian genocide. I've read the definition. Once you have the intent to kill, cause bodily harm, wipe up a group of people, is genocide. You see, the reason why all of them are running from the word genocide, because they know the tag it gives an international implication. That's the same reason why Israel was running away from that tag of genocide in Gaza.
Yes.
Like they run away from me, they don't run away from it. There's Christian genocide in Nigeria. Fix it and let the truth reign.
Finish.
Stephanie.
Main point. That really is the main point. Christian.
Nigeria, my country. See, at this time, people are still arguing, debating if there is Christian genocide going on in Nigeria. There is no Christian genocide. There is Christian genocide. At this time, at this critical time, we are still debating if we still have not believed or see it as a Christian genocide. That means we are still far from the solutions. Because some people still do not believe, or they don't want to use the word genocide. Whatever you call it, killing is going on in the country. Face it and let it stop. This man said it. And that's why I like this guy. So if we are still debating at this time, home and abroad are still saying there's no Christian genocide going on in the northern part of the country. Some people are still saying Muslims are more killed. We don't want to hear that. Which other country discussing these issues or receiving the number of deaths, the way people are dying in Nigeria? What do you call that? We don't want to hear this. We don't want to hear this. Just like Tinubu was saying something yesterday that the media, a lot of places, people have become a social media publisher, become a publisher reporting false news, this and that. So the thing is, give us news to report. Give us good news to report. We are not the maker of banditry. We are not the maker of insecurity. We are not the maker of this. Give us something to report. Then we'll be happy to do it. So whatever we see going on in our country, good or bad, we have to talk about it, report it, create awareness. So that if you guys do not see it, so the other people are seeing, then you can quickly come to the rescue, come to the aim of people living in that area. Because you are a president, you say you are not on social media. So these are the issues. Do you understand? I don't understand why at this time. Anyway, just take your time. Watch this video. Abati, welcome back. You reacted. This is your first time commenting on Wike's video. Anyway, I just leave you to watch this video. Let me know your comments on that comment section. So what do you think about this? Like, share, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'll be your guy. Run for me now. Subscribe.
The first point to be made is that, look, this is very embarrassing.
Yes. Yeah.
In the midst of whatever embarrassing situation, you will see the creativity of Nigerians coming through.
Yes.
Hence all these kits that Nigerians have created. Some are even selling T-shirts. I'm not a fool.
Yes.
They turned it into business. However, the point needs to be made. I think the minister's behavior is very embarrassing. The way he conducted himself should be seen as a matter of serious concern by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who appointed him. Street fighting is not part of the responsibility of anybody that has been appointed by the president. Because I've heard some people saying that he was acting on behalf of the president. No, I'm not aware that President Tinubu, when he appointed him, gave him the title of Omonile of FCT. Because it's only Omoniles that behave like this. As minister of the FCT, he took the matter into his own hands. He said his officials went to the site, and then they told him that they didn't allow them to chase them away. Then he left his office, carried his able-bodied officials, and went to the site to go and do work. So the minister himself did not follow due process.
Yes.
And I've seen some people expressing the opinion that Officer Yerima was carrying out an unlawful order. With due respect, the Professor Hon, Sebastian Hon, quoting the Nigerian Air Force case, and I think Onunzu versus State, and all of that. Yes, Supreme Court has ruled that you don't carry out unlawful order when you are in uniform. You can say no. You should in fact say no. But in this particular case, we're told that the officer called his boss, called the chief of defense staff. So that in itself presupposes that he was acting in a lawful manner and not going on a frolic of his own. And in fact, that officer should be commended.
Yes.
Because he conducted himself with maturity. It was the minister in the video that I saw that was shouting, raising his hand, and this is being confirmed by some of the skits that have been produced. So I think that Minister Wike disgraced the assignment, the office of the president, to the extent that, the people arguing that he was acting on behalf of the president. We don't want Omonile as a minister of the Federal Capital Territory. Those who are familiar with the phrase Omonile, they know how Omoniles, how they behave. So this is a matter that should be investigated. If it were another president in office, this is more than enough to ask the minister to go back to Port Harcourt.
But you in government, is there a ministerial code? That's the question I've been asking.
There is a general code of conduct now in terms of how public in terms of how public officials should behave.
Yeah.
Now look at Punch today. I think it's a front page story. Ex-generals, they say they are angry.
Yes.
Because the ex-generals are saying, look, this has to do with the institutional integrity of the Nigerian military. All of them, without exception, the ones quoted in that story. They are saying that, in fact, Wike should be disciplined.
Right.
That he was involved in an act of indiscipline.
All right.
By taking the laws into his own hands.
Right.
Nobody is above the law.
Right.
And we should not further, disrupt civilian-military relations. What this has done is that if Wike insists on doing Omonile antics across the federal capital territory, other people will be emboldened to challenge him. I hope one day he will not go to his side to take the laws into his hands and they will rough handle him.
All right.
It can happen. This is Nigeria. Anything can happen.
Like you rightly said, the reactions, however, haven't been entirely lighthearted. Retired military leaders have condemned Wike's language during the exchange, describing it as a national embarrassment, while the Defense Ministry has now launched an investigation into the incident. While speaking during a press briefing to commence activities for the 2026 Armed Forces Remembrance Day at the National Defense College in Abuja on Wednesday, the Minister of Defense, Mohammed Badaru, said the armed forces will not abandon any personnel carrying out unlawful duties. And you're absolutely right, guys. I mean, the military has spoken. They are backing the naval officer at this point. Quick points before we wrap up.
Someone just
yes.
told me,
Go ahead.
He said what you tell us is Ajagungbale.
Right.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
It's those that
Fights to get the land.
Right.
Ajagungbale says so. There is no reason and Ajagungbale.
We're also even hearing that Wike has reportedly...
Right. They're all the same.
We're also even hearing that Wike has reportedly ordered a total ban on the use of mobile phones by staff of the Abuja Geographic Information Systems and the Department of Land Administration following that confrontation with the naval officers sparking pushback among workers who have called the move absurd and anti-labor.
This is a serious issue. We can laugh about it, but I think that
now.
there's a point, and that's why it was, if I was asking around code of conduct and whether or not he's overreaching. Let's call a spade a spade. He's overreaching and he's acting like an emperor, and that's why people have tagged him that. And the reason why people cannot even see anything wrong with what the military officer did is that there's just a general dislike of the manner in which he has carried out his duties. Later on, I hear today at 12 noon, he has another press briefing, or shall we say call to his chambers or court to come and, so I think it's important for the president to step in at this point.
This is it.
No other minister acting them. I know styles are different, but he's overreaching, and I think that he treated that man with a lot of dishonor and disregard. And it was not just the man, it was the uniform he was wearing.
No need to call an officer a
FCT
fool.
Minister officials
we have to go.
should ignore Wike's directive.
Because
it's an unlawful directive.
All right, I'd love to thank you all. I wish we had more time.
Phone.
Well, we'll carry Wike's story tomorrow. I'm sure there'll be a lot to discuss. Thank you all. At the same time, Senator Orji Uzor Kalu has defended recent comments made by U.S. President Donald Trump on insecurity in Nigeria, insisting that the remarks reflect the country's grim reality. Speaking with journalists at the National Assembly in Abuja, the former Abia State governor and senator representing Abia North said Trump's statements on religiously motivated killings should not be dismissed, noting that both Christians and Muslims continue to fall victim to extremist attacks across the country.
Say the truth, Nigerians are being killed, whether they are Christians or Muslims. Are they not being killed? If they kill people in Plateau, they go to a church in Plateau, those they will kill are Christians. If they go to Benue, the majority of people they will kill in Benue are Christians. If they go to Zamfara, majority of people they kill in mosque there are Muslims. So these people are jihadists. These people just want to destroy Nigeria. So we should call a black name on them without any pity. They will be smoked out. But let me tell you, before President Trump says a word, mind you, that the American intelligence community must have found out where these people are living. All these ones we are talking is rhetoric. And you can see Nigerian Air Force, possibly the information that have been given to them by the U.S. authorities and say they are there. And you see Nigerian Air Force in the last 3 days bombing the homes of these people. And that is what it should be. We should not pity anybody who is a terrorist. We should not. And we are working diplomatically to make sure that we put our house in order. It will be solved diplomatically because President, in fact, the report they are using to assess.
All right, Senator Kalu's remarks highlight the delicate balance Nigeria must strike between accepting international security assistance and maintaining sovereign dignity. While acknowledging Trump's controversial statements as factually accurate, he simultaneously holds America partly responsible for creating the crisis through destabilizing the Middle Eastern and Northern African regimes. His call for deeper U.S. cooperation recognizes that Nigeria's security apparatus needs external support despite the uncomfortable optics of a foreign leader publicly criticizing the nation's failure to protect its citizens. Meanwhile, the African Union Commission chairperson Mahmoud Ali Yusuf on Wednesday rejected accusations of a Christian genocide in Nigeria, urging people to think twice before making such statements. Yusuf added that the first victims of Boko Haram are Muslims, not Christians. Let's take a look.
The first victims of Boko Haram are Muslims, not Christians. The first victims. And I'm saying it with documented references. So the complexity in the northern part of Nigeria should not be taken, that easily. So what we are saying to those statements, with regard to those statements, is that the African continent is very complex. It's not easy to describe those situations with very easy words that can be used in a not reasonable way. That's why the African Union continent, the African Union Commission are very clear about that. We made it clear in our statement and communique, and we would like really to stress again that there is no genocide in northern Nigeria.
All right, Dr. Abati, the AU chair here, maintaining that there is no genocide in northern Nigeria. But we just heard Senator Orji Uzor Kalu saying that those that are perpetrating this sort of crime are jihadists and they should be smoked out and we should actually give them the black name that they deserve. I'd like for you to tie in both comments, and also with the fact that, there was that viral claim with Amaechi saying that he went to the US to report former President Jonathan to Obama. Your thoughts?
Well, I think that the clarification by former Minister Rotimi Amaechi is useful. To the extent that, only yesterday the president was talking about misinformation and how that can create a lot of misleading, thoughts and situation. But Mr. Rotimi Amaechi himself, who is at the center of the story, has come out to say he did not go to any America to report President Jonathan to Obama. In any case, he doesn't have such powers to go and report the president of a sovereign country to the president of another country. And except anybody has any peculiar, facts to the contrary. As somebody who was in government at that time, I'm not aware that, one person can go and report President Jonathan to President Obama. What I recall is that, look, there were issues at that time between the Governors Forum. There was the Governors Forum at a time when Amaechi was voted in as chairman, and there was this rival faction where Jonah Jang was voted in by 16 persons. So there was this dispute about whether 16 members are more powerful than 19 members within the Nigerian Governors Forum. So there was that tension, at that level between Governor Rotimi Amaechi, as he then was, and the Villa. But I do not think that the thing degenerated to the ridiculous extent of going to report to a headmaster in the United States. But of course, that led to disagreement between Governor Amaechi and also the Villa, with some other issues, underlying issues in Rivers State. That's to the best of my knowledge. If anybody has any peculiar facts in that regard, the person should come forward. What I know is that Secretary of State John Kerry visited Nigeria also at that time.
Yes.
I think we received him in the Marina House. Yeah, on that occasion, I was the one holding the microphone to introduce the two leaders. And, the whole issue was ahead of the election. And the summary was, America is interested, America will support the process. I don't know anything beyond that. Now, number two was Senator Orji Uzor Kalu.
Yes.
Now, let's note very carefully. We made the point that the statement by the US president should be taken as a wake-up call for the Nigerian authorities. The Nigerian authorities themselves, the Nigerian government, has issued a statement saying, we are ready to cooperate with the United States to solve this problem. Now, Senator Uzor Kalu has not said anything out of that. I didn't hear him using the word genocide. But he reiterated the same point that the Nigerian government has also acknowledged. Namely, that there is the problem of insecurity, there is banditry, there is insurgency, there is terrorism in parts of the country. And he made the point that, look, Muslims are being killed, Christians are being killed. The responsibility of government is to ensure that everybody in this environment is safe.
Yes.
So before, the message gets lost in translation that Senator Uzor Kalu is supporting Trump. No, that's not what he's saying. He's saying that we should listen to what Trump is saying because, as we say, America knows whatever happens.
Right. He said before Trump would speak, he already knows everything.
Based on intelligence. If there is cooperation, they can share that intelligence with the Nigerian authorities. As for the AU Commission chair, what he's saying basically is that the situation in Nigeria is far more complex. It's not something that you can just fit into a stereotype, because oftentimes the Western media tends to mischaracterize situations in Africa, which was the point that Minister Yusuf Tuga, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, whom I quoted earlier, was making. After his interaction with Piers Morgan, he said, look, he has provided facts that people may not accept within the Western space, but that he will hope that his interview will be, reported verbatim, so that nothing gets misconstrued. So,
translation.
Many perspectives, but some people would, depending on their persuasion, would lean in one direction or the other. But our issue is that the Nigerian government still has a lot to do to protect everybody, whether Muslim or Christian or what are those people in...
Very well said. We have to protect us.
Animists.
All right. So, Dr. Abati, you've said that you didn't hear Orji Uzor Kalu using the word genocide. But we've heard from, other governors, state governors in Nigeria, using that term. Before I come to you, off of the back of the fact that the AU is maintaining that there is no Christian genocide in northern Nigeria. Well, in April, Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang said that the violence in his state is not a clash between farmers and herders, but is a genocide instead. Let's take a look.
What happened on the plateau is not a clash between farmers and herders. Please hear me and hear me well. What has been happening is genocide, and I want the international community to note it. We think we know those behind it. We are coming after them. Already a number of arrests have been made, and we know that those arrested are only agents of the masterminds behind these attacks. And we know that there are powerful forces behind them. By the grace of God, we will not only expose them, we will break their ranks.
All right. As complex as Nigeria is, Rufai, we've heard from Plateau State Governor use that word genocide. We also heard from the former Benue State Governor. What's his name again? What's his name again? The former Benue State Governor, Autumn, actually used the word genocide to describe the killings in that area as well.
See, the truth is blunt.
Yes.
There is Christian genocide in Nigeria. No matter how we try to change the narrative, is it that they're not killing of Muslims, but there is Christian genocide. I've read the definition. Once you have the intent to kill, cause bodily harm, wipe up a group of people, is genocide. You see, the reason why all of them are running from the word genocide, because they know the tag it gives an international implication. That's the same reason why Israel was running away from that tag of genocide in Gaza.
Yes.
Like they run away from me, they don't run away from it. There's Christian genocide in Nigeria. Fix it and let the truth reign.
Finish.
Stephanie.
Main point. That really is the main point. Christians are being killed in Nigeria. Nigerian government cannot run away from this. This is the actual fact because we have heard from your constituents, pastors.
Yes, yeah.
We've taken stories
PFN,
from, Dachamo. We have seen proof. We have seen fact that Christians are being killed en masse. Huge numbers of Christians have died. Well, before we take our milestone story, let's highlight some more reactions to the public confrontation between FCT Minister Nyesom Wike and Naval Lieutenant A.M. Yerima in Abuja over an alleged illegal land allocation. The video of the heated exchange, which has since gone viral on social media, has generated millions of views online, with Nigerians creating memes, AI edits, and comedy skits, turning the confrontation into a social media phenomenon. Let's take a look at this.
Because I got an right. Will you stop that? I'm an integrity officer. Will you stop that? So you cannot show me. Get away.
Over to you. You were here when we discussed this.
You know, it's why sometimes I like Dr. Abati. You know, Abati has not commented on this issue of Wike since, because he has not been on this channel. He has been busy with his birthday, book launch, and whatever. He just came today now. Now, this is the first comment on Wike's attitude. The video that have gone viral. Wike, he said Wike is Agbero. Agbero Omonile. For those people who understand that Omonile, what Omonile, if you live in Lagos, you will understand the work of Omonile. Omonile, God. Oh no, if you live in Lagos, everything they see for Lagos, then there you get Omonile, you get Agbero. They plenty for Lagos. Now we now have one in Abuja, Wike. He said, if not, by now Wike is supposed to go back to Port Harcourt. All this one now, Wike they come for all of them. Wike will just calm down for now. Just calm down. Make sure everywhere calm. Then he will call press conference, or he will go to channel televisions with Sheung. Hold on. I'm coming. Wait. He will just say, that one they call Dr. Abati. Wike they come for all of them. Anybody when comment anything where we cannot like now, because they take notice. Lady Wike spokesman, if they record all of that down, anybody, any video when that one see that where it not make any sense to run, when he insult Wike, that part where he insult Wike, he will just record that down, go show one. Wike the keeper. Wike will come for all of them, will blast all of them. Wike, no. Anyways, this is what we have been saying. When you think you are too powerful, overreaching, this is not the work of a minister. Like he said, apart from you being an FCT minister, there should be a code of conduct. As a minister, as a former governor, two-term governor in your River State, minister of chief of staff in your state, then commissioner or whatever, you be in power, you should know all this, right? But I also understand that because of the power, the positions you be since is what is giving you this audacity, because a lot of things you've been doing, you get away with it, nobody is questioning you. The day will come when you meet your match. Even if we want to understand, we understand the fact that the officer, that the duty of an officer, that officer is not, that military or naval officer is not a first line of defense. Do you understand? Yeah, if you want to go by law, whatever, it was just because of Wike. If Wike has conducted himself in a good manner, the way the officer also conducted himself, then people would have come for the officer, reacted, then even go and reacted, ask the officers who sent them to go and to go and be guiding the land, because that is not the work of the officer. Do you understand? Now, because of Wike's attitude, behavior, do not allow people to react again to the reasons. Why do the officer have to send military to go and be guiding an empty land? Because you think that because the land, according to as of today now, the land does not even belong to the owner of the land, which is the retired naval officer, who says he's the owner of the land. As of today now, the land does not belong to anybody. The matter is still in court or whatever. They are still also now, according to lady spokesman, when listen to them, said that man has been scammed. So instead of him to come for an explanation, come for help, people should help him, he now resolved to self-help because he thinks that it is only court. He should have gone to the court It is only court that will not tell us or tell the public the owner of the land. It is not Wike or the officer who says he's the owner of the land. So because the man, officer, feel that it is when they go to the court, they are not going to get justice because our justice system is nothing to write home about, has been monetized, has been compromised. So they now resorted to self-help based on the personality involved in this matter. Now everybody can say that Wike made his match on that day, but that does not mean we should not also neglect the law aspect of it. But being an officer, he thinks that he cannot get justice going to the court. He has to use his military power to act. Do you understand? That is just it. Ordinarily, Wike, that land does not belong to the man. And the military, that is not their job, duty, to go and be guiding an uncompleted building or an empty land. That is not the job of an officer. You reduce them to the level because the owner of the land is powerful. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because it's powerful, we have controls. What somebody who does not have this immunity or who does not have the military power to command, to make people to go and be guiding the land, preventing civilians gaining access to the land. Do you understand what I'm saying? But because of the Wike attitude, now nobody is talking about that. Wike was wrong. Wike does not conduct himself very well. Wike was rude to the army officer. Wike shouldn't have done that. Because yes, you can call Wike a power drunk. He's very stubborn. This and he want everything done in his own way. He doesn't care. He doesn't respect anybody. Do you understand? But if Wike has conducted himself, this officer would have a lot of questions to answer. That is it. But now Wike is at fault. He was wrong. As a minister, you shouldn't have done that. Why should you? There was no reason for you to be there at all. Since you even know the person, the owner, phone conversation could have solved that issues. There was no reason for you to go there. Because you want to say you are the FCT minister, this and that. So because they know that this is what you have been doing, using your immunity to revoke people's CFO, giving it to your allies and your friends and families. They now know. So until you make this your man, military will not allow you to use your own military to take over his land. He will not. So now the thing is, we are not going to get to the root of this issue again. They are going to settle over the phone, or which they should have done earlier. The phone, like I've just said, full conversation could have solved this problem. Now they are still going to resolve to come and meet me, come and meet you, let's talk on the phone, let's come together and discuss. Finish, they settle. They are not going to bring this issue to social media again. That's all. What do you think? Please leave your comment. As for Abati, it's just a Wike overreach himself. He's too much. It's too much. This power too much. I'll tell you, Wike will not continue with Tinubu. If at all Tinubu wins election in 2027, God forbid, affliction should not be for the second. I don't even want Tinubu to win. Tinubu is a wanted president for me. So if by whatever means Tinubu forces himself on us, or he wins in 2027, two persons that will not work with Tinubu again. Number one is Wike. Number two is Akpabio, because the rumors is outside that they want to impeach him, whatever. So I'm very sure Wike will start, because that time Tinubu has successfully used them and he will dump them. Tinubu have used them, we dump them, use them to spoil, scatter or destabilize PDP. He have done that successfully. So after 2027 election, even Tinubu wins, Wike does not have any value to Tinubu again. So Tinubu will have to let Wike go and replace him with another person. Shaking her. So go and mark this video down. Except Tinubu does not win election. If he does, Wike will not continue as an FCT minister. Wike should even know this by now. What do you think? Please share this video and leave your comments. Don't forget, like, share, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Be your guide. Don't for me now.